How much?
200 alive, half of that for a dead man.
And he is alive.
Got him chained like a junkyard dog at Cat Minerva's trailer. Got Jimmy standing guard.
Cat and Minerva's trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should check with the proprietors.
How do we deliver them?
Frankfurt Heavy with connections to Detroit, headed down south as we speak.
200 logs to get rid of that pain in our balls. That's a nice play, Boyd.
Well, we still got to do a 50-50 split with this fella named Duffy, but it does kill 2 birds.
I'm proud of you, son.
Why, Arlo, thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
And what does it mean coming from me?
Well, now, baby, I think you know.
Y'all open?
Well, Errol, did you come all the way down here for a drink?
Not exactly, sir. Not as such.
Well, what can we do for you?
I come bearing the man seeking audience, if you have him.
Well, we take all kinds. Bring him in.
Oh, shit.
Stand up, boy, man. Man, can't breathe in there.
You need to breathe, Dickie. You want to breathe? Money? Tell you something, son. There ain't enough money in this whole goddamn world. You understand me? Huh? You understand that?
Good boy, that boy's mama died. She died holding close to $3.2 million in cash now.
The only way you got a prayer and ever laying hands on that money is between us two right here.
Boyd. He knew what he was walking into when he came in here. Now, I'm curious to hear whatever possessed him.
Boyd, you don't finish this pile of donkey shit, I'll do it myself.
No, we'll hear him out and then we'll decide.
Ava, this boy can't tell it. Just because you suddenly got Jesus in your heart, all forgiven.
I hadn't forgot, and he ain't forgiven. Nor has he hobbled out of here alive yet. Now, you and he, you say you got some money. Now would be a good time to start talking about where it is.
If it ain't the devil himself.
Where the hell you been, brother?
Been around?
Oh, around, huh?
Yeah. Well, I missed something?
Just your share. Johnny had his eyes on it, but I was able to fend him off.
Is it?
What, are you expecting a prize at the bottom?
No, it's just a little lights all.
Just water and seeds, son. Just water and seeds.
Yeah, you've been telling me that, hadn't you?
What the hell are you so crotchety about, Devil?
Nothing. Just wondering if and when we ever gonna actually make a move on something worth moving on.
And I told you that time is coming. But we're gonna have to put a pin in this for now, as I'm sensing a disturbance in the force.
Boyd?
Hello, Raylan. Welcome.
I like what you've done with the place.
Well, I appreciate that. What can we do for you, Raylan? We have 17 different kinds of bourbon behind the bar. We'll even give you the first one on the house.
How many kinds of water?
Give him some tap.
And where's Arlo?
Are you saying I know the whereabouts of your daddy better than you do?
Saying I can't see him passing up the chance to drink off a weekday afternoon.
Prostate, it makes it hard for him to piss whatever he takes in.
Well, you know what they say. Getting old ain't for pussies.
Yeah, your daddy's slipping into decrepitude.
It truly is sad being the man that he once was. He was something. Hard on my mother, though. Lay bruises on her when he'd drink or when he didn't. I was 10 the night she decided she'd had enough. Lit out, took a clutch with her like she wasn't coming back.
And did she go up to Noble's Holler?
Mm-hmm. Heard the stories. White women seeking shelter there. Men not daring to follow them in. But not Arlo. Oh, hell no. He wasn't scared of black folks. He was gonna chase her down and bring her back. Of course, He tied one on first and then come up and dragged me with.
Well, how did that sit with the good folks in Noble's Holler?
We come up to the bridge. Arlo set to screaming for her. And that's when I met Elston Limehouse. Young man then, 20, 22. Arlo reached back about as far as Nebraska to swing at him. Limehouse just felled him like a tree. He beat him so bad, I had to drag him back to the car and drive him home.
Well, that must have made quite an impression, seeing your daddy lay low like that.
And yet, I was up at Noble's Holler this afternoon. Limehouse, no recollection of it whatsoever, like it never happened.
Well, maybe he just found it interesting to allow you to believe that.
Maybe. Or maybe he's kicked so many white boys' asses, he just ain't keeping track no more. What do you think?
Hey, boys, would you mind giving me and U.S. Deputy Marshal Raylan Givens a moment, please?
Come on, devil.
So I'd love to know what precipitated that conversation between you and Mr. Limehouse.
Yep. Dickie Bennett took a flyer out of Tramble this morning.
He did not.
His compadre and escaped none other than Dewey Crow.
Dewey Crow?
Don't suppose they've been by.
No, they have not. And I think we can both agree that if he's running around with Dickie, I'm unlikely to receive him.
No, more likely you go after them. Which would be easier if you knew where they were, even if it was in prison.
All right, I might have another tip for you, trail mix.
I'm listening.
A bent screw at Tramble, the kind of guy who can put people together who ain't supposed to be, he might be the same kind of guy who can get them out.
Didn't wear your suit.
Well, you say that as if I've only got the one and not a whole closet full.
I'm sorry. You didn't wear your black suit.
Well, I can see by the hitch in your step, you're still not 100%.
Yeah. How's Eva?
She's moving not so different from you. She's healing. So was I right not to wear my suit?
Well, we don't have a strict dress code.
Well, it just occurred to me that Raylan Givens invites me up to Lexington. Chances are I might find myself in front of a judge before the day is out.
Why, did you do something you shouldn't have?
Well, that's a pretty low bar, Raylan.
Nah, Trooper Tom Bergen, up there in your world, he says within a day of Mag's killing herself, all her marijuana drying sheds got cleaned out.
Well, I wasn't aware that marijuana interdiction fell under the marshal's purview.
He also said that floorboards in the sheds had been torn up, ceilings pulled down, walls opened up, like someone was looking for something, which does fall under the marshal's purview, recovering ill-gotten gains. Mag's bank accounts have been seized along with her property, but there's still a sizable amount of money missing.
How sizable, Raylan?
Well over $10.
Well, now, if I found that kind of money, I'd be in Mexico by now.
Boy, I've been to Mexico. I don't think you'd like it.
How so?
There's a lot of Mexicans.
Raylan, if a book could only be judged by its cover, you'd be a bestseller. We done?
Looks like. Sorry for wasting your time.
Never a waste of time to spend a moment with my good friend, Raylan Givens. I tell you what, I'll ask around, see if I can't get a line on that money for you.
I'd appreciate it.
In exchange for an apology.
I'm sorry, what?
I want you to apologize.
With a crack about the Mexicans?
By the time I got out to Wade Messer's house, Dickie Bennett was tuning you up like it was his birthday and you were his piñata, only I don't think there would have been candy pouring out.
You're saying you saved my life.
Are you saying I didn't?
I would suggest what you're looking for is a thank you, not an apology.
Well, now, follow my logic, Raylan. I had my own plans for Dickie on account of his shooting Ava, but you said you needed him, so I let you have him under the condition that you would return him to me once his services had been rendered.
Oh. I'm sorry, did you see a creek out in the lobby? Some pretty green trees and cut-off mountains. You think we're in the holler? I am a deputy U.S. Marshal, Boyd.
You're Givens, Raylan.
And you think I'm gonna hand a man over to you to be murdered? Like he is what? Some pig I borrowed from you?
You gave me your word.
Well, I got half a mind to kick.
R-A-Y-L-A-N.
covering from a GSW. That stands for gun.
No resistance here, officer. No resistance here.
Hey, boy. Should have wore the suit.
No resistance, officer. I'll see you, Raymond.
Since I've been in office, violent crime in this county's down almost 12%. Now, Washington's always trying to fix something that ain't broke. But I like to think down here, we know better.
Rebuttal?
The way I understand it, violent crime is down all over.
Mr. Shelby, I believe you'll want to argue against me.
Now, I will remind both candidates to please not interrupt or address each other directly.
Yes, sir, but given Mr. Shelby's lack of experience, I'm trying to help him understand the concerns of the...
I was a lawman for 20 years.
And now you work at the mega shop as a greeter.
There's nothing wrong with honest work.
Odd, you had mentioned honest work, being as how you lost your security job after a robbery in which you were suspected of being the inside man.
That's enough. Now, next question.
I got a question. Mr. Moderator, this man is a convicted felon. We don't let felons vote in this state, do we?
Well, I didn't come here to vote.
Oh, you wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for the fact that a few hours ago, friends of yours in the federal law enforcement field saw fit to intervene in our local affairs. Forced us to release him from the cell he's been occupying since his cowardly attempt on my life.
Well, Mr. Napier, I'd like to think that if I was behind an attempt on your life, at the very least, I would have messed up your hair.
All right, now. Now, what's your question there, Boyd?
Thank you, Harvey. My question is, does Mr. Napier know the name of the company that fired Shelby from his security job? Well, I'll save you the trouble. The name of that company was Black Pike Coal. Now, do you want us all to believe that Shelby here is a dishonest man because Black Pike tells us so? You think that Shelby's the only man in this room been done wrong by a coal mining company?
Dude, Mr. Moderator, how many questions you gonna let this convict ask?
Mr. Napier, everybody here knows that the only men the company doesn't do wrong are company men. And you stand up there with your slick haircut, you look down on Shelby because this man works for a living. You talk down to me because I've been in trouble with the law. Well, you know when that trouble began. Why don't you ask your good friend Harvey Jones? He was there. He was on the line. When we struck out at Eastover, Brookside, Duke Power Scabs and gun thugs coming after us with bicycle chains and bats trying to run us over in their cars. Now, I know that you weren't there, Mr. Napier. There sure were a lot of men there who looked like you. Men standing on the company side, laughing at all us hillbillies who were just trying to stand up for what we believed in. Now, I'm not saying you're a bad man, Mr. Napier. That I don't know. But what I do know is that you've been feeding too long at the public trough. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm gonna say no to the company men. I'm gonna say no to the lawmen who disrespect the rights of the people whose taxes pay for their salaries. And I'm gonna say no, I'm gonna say no, I'm gonna say no to Sheriff Tillman Napier, who laughs in our faces while he makes money off our backs.
Here's to Sheriff Shelby.
You gotta like the sound of that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, son.
Oh, come on. No one's gonna vote for that son of a bitch now.
Well, he's right, Cousin Johnny. Harlan County elections ain't over till the dead have voted, but I will allow we've had a very good day.
Baby, can I have a word?
Yes, baby, right after we finish this round. You want to join us?
I'm good. And sooner's better.
Well, sooner it is. Boys? Mr. Napier,
It's Sheriff Napier, at least until next week, which means you two are in some seriously deep shit.
Well, I'd be less concerned about the shit we're in and more concerned about what you're gonna have to do to stay alive till your term ends.
You don't scare me. I ain't some half-wit gun thug that you think you can just...
Just so we're clear, I ain't some half-wit gun thug neither.
What do you want?
Robert Quarles just killed 2 men under my protection.
I didn't have nothing to do with that.
Whether he did it out of spite or stupidity, I'm not sure, but what I am sure of is that you're the one who told him who to hit.
I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Just like I'm sure you're gonna be the one to tell me how to find him.
Crowder! You got a visitor. Let's go!
Well, hello, Raylan. There you are. Hello, Raylan. This is a surprise.
Did you know my mama's Uncle Everett? Own that squat, irritable boar. Charge you $12 to breed your sow with it.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
He thought he was going to be a prize fighter till Tommy Hearns detached both his retinas.
You don't say.
He once told me that he wouldn't have relations in the 3 weeks prior to any fight.
To keep his legs fresh?
Because of his head. He said women were put here on Earth to turn men's head to mush.
Raylan, what are we talking about?
What do you make of a man who divorces a woman, then gets her pregnant, then wonders if maybe they should move in together?
Well, now, Raylan, you're talking to a man who's sleeping with his dead brother's widow and murderess. So if you're looking for someone to cast stones at you on this matter, I think you've picked the wrong sinner.
I have not been myself, Boyd. I couldn't see that you weren't assaulting a federal officer. You were just having a dust-up with an old buddy. And hey, it takes two to make an accident. I know that. So, I talked to AUSA. I told them I want to amend my statement, and hopefully we'll have you out of here by the end of the day.
I'm
sorry. It might not be till tomorrow morning, because the warden likes to do his releases after wake up. But I just hope you understand.
Raylan. I'm done. Well, if it ain't Raylan Givens, you finally show up here to check on your daddy?
Why would I be up here for him?
Well, he took a pretty good crack upside the head last night up in Noble's Holler, calling after your mama.
How's he holding up?
He's recuperating. I got Abe attending to him back up at the house. Well, I'll make sure to pass along your concern.
Sure, do that.
Well, doesn't that give you pause, him up there running around after all these years?
It just sounds like he's off his meds, and I wish you luck with that, but that's not why I'm here.
Well, what are you here for?
Oh, my Lord. I think he swallowed a peanut the wrong way. Help you with that. Come on.
Raylan?
Johnny?
God, Raylan.
Figured I owed you that one for taking a poke at me at the marshal's office.
Well, if I try to take this conversation vertical, can I expect more of the same?
You can expect worse, unless you start talking about Robert Quarles.
And if I say that you'll need to refresh my memory...
What do you think?
I think I'm gonna need some ice.
Ice can wait.
What did Quarles do to piss you off so bad you felt the need to take this out on me?
He made assumptions.
Such as?
I'm working for you. Taking orders, doing your bidding on the cheap, no less.
Well, I could see where that might be very upsetting.
Last we spoke, I believe I made myself clear what would happen to you. You start dragging me into your bullshit.
Yes, you did. And I'll even allow that I do have some familiarity with Robert Quarles.
Good, now we're getting somewhere.
But you're carrying an ill-informed notion of my relationship with the man. You think that idea came from me?
Am I?
Like, what did folks used to say after the war? Carpetbaggers pouring into Appalachia like they were some Old Testament scourge looking to take what little bit we had left. They said that hell is empty and all the devils are here.
Your point being?
This is our home, Raylan. Now, I start to turn on my own people. However contentious at times our relationship might be. Well, that's a world that becomes so muddy even I can't fathom it.